Hello, my lovelies. Happy Wednesday. I hope you're all okay. I hope you're fine. I hope you're enjoying the fireworks. My dog is not. She's so old. And we actually think she's a zombie. We think she, like, you know, died years ago and just keeps on, bless her, because she's ridiculously old and she is not enjoying the fireworks tonight, love her. She is pacing backwards and forwards. So if you hear a little, it's because she's trying to get in here, and I kind of shut her out a little bit because otherwise she's trying to get under my feet and I can't sew with her there. So yeah, but I hope if you've got pets, they're all they're not. But she used to love fireworks when she was a puppy. Well, not a puppy, but a younger dog. She used to like get up on the sofa and look out the window watching them. She used to think it was brilliant, but not so much now. She's an old girl, so never mind. But hopefully all your dogs and cats are not getting too freaked out by the fireworks. Hi Jackie, feeling a little better than I was. I'm still a little bit snuffly. The allergy stuff is playing up a lot, but at least I can breathe now, which is good. Because it really wasn't good Sunday night. really not good. So yeah, I have ordered a new EpiPen and stuff, so yeah, hopefully it'll be fine. Claire, your dog's taken to his bed. Oh bless. Oh yeah, they don't like it, do they, the fireworks? I love fireworks, but yeah, the doggies don't like it. Let's say hello to some people. Hi Mandy, hello my lovely. Your dog hates the old one's deaf, so that's good. One good thing about being a deaf dog, I suppose, you can't hear the fireworks. Hi Lynn, hi Eileen, hi Liz, hi Leslie. Oh, lots of you come in online. Fabulous. Oh, I can't get the comments up there. You're all saying hello too fast. Hi Carol, hi Melba, hi Marlene, hi Jackie, hi Claire. Lovely. Oh, hi Helen as well. Catherine, you're just going to say hello. You're going to watch the going to go to the TV to watch the YouTube. Oh, lovely. You're a bit unwell. Oh, honey, that's. I hope you feel better soon. Really hope you feel better soon. Hi Angela, hi Marilyn. Lots and lots of you coming online. That's amazing. So what we're doing tonight is we're doing session 3 of the quilt along. Okay, we're doing session 3 of the quilt along. So how have you all got on so far? Okay, have you all okay? You don't have to be up to date. You know this. You do this in your own time. But are any of you actually up to date? Have you been good girls and done your homework? Hi Joe. But yeah, do it in your own time, obviously. But sorry, still a bit coughing. My chest is still bad. What we're going to do tonight is I'm going to take you through putting the actual blocks together and what you're going to need, how many of each block you're going to need. Okay, Mandy, you've got 6 blocks finished. Oh, you've done brilliantly there. Well done. Hi Joyce. Hello. So I'm going to go through all the different variations of the block that you need. There is, as always, on our website, there is a digital download pattern for £1, which is week 3. It should be in the in patterns in digital downloads, and there's a section there that says Ring of Roses QAL quilt along. And week 3 you're looking for. I know it's not technically weeks, they're fortnights, but it's the 3rd week we've been doing this. Okay, so Eileen, you've got almost everything cut out. Brilliant, amazing. Oh, some of you are doing fabulous. Sorry, you're just going to put up with me coughing, get my breath. Carol, you've made a few blocks. They look good. Oh, I've seen some of your blocks. Some of you have been putting it in gigglers for me. So I've seen some of you. You've made some of your blocks, which is great. Yeah, you've just got to plow through. Is it 28 of them you've got to make? And then you can start putting it together. Okay, which is what we're going to do tonight. We're not going to put the whole thing together. We're going to be putting together these blocks. Okay, so we're going to be putting that block together. And I'm going to be showing you how to put the 3 block together and the 2 block, which is the one just there. All right. I will give you the fabric dimensions, but if you want the paper copy, if you want it all written down for you to be able to follow in your own time, that is on our website, guys. Okay, so whip over to the overhead. We're over here. This is going to be a relatively quick one tonight, okay? Because this is simple putting these bits together. And you're going to have to use your imagination just a bit because I haven't made all of these again, okay? I didn't want to have to, because I've already made the quilt. I didn't want to have to make another one. So you're going to pretend for me that these 8.5-inch pieces of fabric are your quarter blocks, okay? This is what we're calling a quarter block, which is what we did last time, okay? Calling that a quarter block. And you're going to pretend that these three are exactly the same as that, okay? Can you do that for me? Because I didn't want to have to make more of these. And frankly, I've been super, super busy, even more so trying to get ready for Sewing Street and stuff, that I just didn't have time to make more of these, not when I've already done the block. So you're going to pretend that these lovely fabrics are quarter blocks, okay? So we're going to make, sorry, I'm going to come back over here a second. So we get this one here. You've got 4 quarters in, okay? This is a whole block, this one, okay? You're going to make 3 of these. The one that's up here, can you see it's got 3 quarters in it and a blank bit there, okay? You're going to make 4 of those. And the one over here, which you can just about see over here, hopefully, that's got 2 quarters in it. And this bit's all blank here, okay? This will make more sense when we're at the desk, okay? But I'll go through them all. You're going to make 2 of those. So it's 2 2s, 4 3s, and 3 4s. All right? just to confuse you a little bit. All right? So what you're going to do to start with, you need to cut some strips from your background fabric. So you are going to want for a 4 block, okay? So for a 4, you need to make 3 of these ones, okay? You're going to need 4 8.5 by 2.5-inch sashing strips, okay? You're going to want 4 of your quarter blocks. So these are my quarter blocks, okay? 4 of those, 4 of these, which are 8.5 by 2.5 in your background, and 1 2.5-inch square for my very center, okay? So this is super, super simple, all right? What you're going to do is you're going to lie these out and you're going to turn this block each time. So we're going to lie this out as a block like this, okay? So this one is going to be turned like that, and then turned like that, and turned like that, okay? So you're going to turn it so that the flowers are always facing outwards. You're then going to put a sashing strip in between these two, like that, okay? And a sashing strip, remember, these are quarter blocks. We're using our imagination, because you're being kind to me because I didn't have time to make them. And we're going to put a sashing strip in between those two, okay? And then down the center, your center section is 1 sashing strip, your little 2.5-inch one, whatever you choose. They could be all the same. They can be different, entirely up to you. And then another sashing strip, okay? So let me just iron that one a second because it's on the fold. There we go. Okay. What we're going to do first of all is we're going to put, because all the blocks, whether they're a 4, a 3, or a 2, have the same sashing strip. Okay. So we're going to start by putting that together. So we're going to put these right sides together like that. Okay. And we're going to stitch down here. And then we're going to put the other sashing strip on the other side. So we're going to put that little strip together, that center strip. All of them have the same center strip. So let me just come to there. There we go. So as always, 1/4-inch seam allowance. Okay. And we're just going to stitch. Oh, it's all right. I changed my needle because I've been using metallic thread. And Gail, very kindly from Endless Threads, told me that I should be using a top stitch thread with, are you going to sew properly? Yeah, there we go. Use a top stitch needle with metallic thread, because I don't use metallic thread very often, and it kept snapping because I had a Microtex needle in, and she was like, no, use a top stitch thread, and it worked brilliantly, but I've just realised I've forgotten to change it. So I've done 1 sashing strip on the side of the centre square. So you come on, Gail's like, yeah, honestly, Mandy, I was really struggling with my metallic thread. I don't use it very often, but I really wanted it for a cushion cover that some samples I'm doing ready for Stone Street on Monday. And I wanted metallic thread on it. Don't use it very often. And it just kept snapping. And I had a microtex needle in my machine. And Gail was like, no, on the live. She said, no, use a top stitch thread. So that's what I did. And it worked. It was brilliant. Oh, hang on. There we go. So I've just put my sashing strips either side, and I'm going to iron them towards the sashing strips. So I want them to go outwards. Okay. Now, you're going to make your sashing, this center strip, the same for all of your blocks. Okay. I am not going to sew the rest of it together because I want to show you and give you the measurements for each of the versions. All right. So for a 4 block, you're going to put this together like this. Okay, so these are my quarters. I'm going to put a sashing strip in there. Always iron towards the sashing strip. Okay, remember we're using our imagination. This is another quarter block. Okay, so you're going to put your quarter blocks. So remember, you want to turn these each time. Yeah, so they go round like that. Make your center strip, and then you're going to sew those together, and then you're going to sew them together like that. Okay, so you've got that 4. You will make 3 in this configuration. Okay, so you want 3, excuse me, 3 4s. Okay, like that. Once you've done those, you're then going to make 4 3s. And what you will need for that is 3 of your quarter blocks, 1, 2, 3. And you will also need a piece of fabric from your background fabric, which is 8.5 by 10.5. Sorry, my nose is... You'll all get very bored of me sneezing, guys. You thought, oh, hi, Eileen. No, you haven't missed us, lovely. We're still here. And that one is going to go in this top corner here. Okay, so you're going to put the rest of it out just like you did the 4s. So 1 there, 1 quarter there, 1 quarter there. The same central strip, okay? But instead of putting a quarter square, a quarter block, one of these up in this corner, and you don't need the sashing strip, you're going to put an 8.5 by 10.5 inch square background fabric there, okay? Does that make sense? Can you see that that's going to make a 3 block? Okay, 1, 2, 3. I'm sorry, I've got the camera on as wide as I can, and it's still a bit big, I'm afraid, but I've got it as wide as I can. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. No sashing strip here. This is 8.5 by 10.5. Okay, so you're going to make 4 in that configuration. Okay, and then the last one is you want 2 of them. You want a quarter block and a quarter block with your sashing piece here. You want your piece down the center here, same as all of the others. Okay, so your central strip, 2 sashing with your little one. But this side, you want a 8.5 by 18.5 inch background square. Okay, and you're going to make 2 of those. Bear with me a second. I just have to blow my nose. Hi, Gail. Sorry to interrupt your your live earlier, but I knew you would. I knew you'd have the answer. You're very good on needles and threads, so I had to ask you because it was driving me potty that my metallic thread was snapping all the time. Okay, so that's what you're going to make with this one. All right, you make sense of how you're explaining it. Cool. So 2 2s, quarter, 8.5 by 18. 2 of those sections. You're then going to do 4 3s, which is 1, 2, 3 quarter blocks, same sash in this side, 8.5 by 10.5. Okay. And then your last one, which was the first one we did, there will be a sashing strip there because you've got your other quarter block there. Okay. And you're going to make 3 of those. Okay. Hopefully that all makes sense. Nice that we're watching. I always try and watch you, girl, if I can. I learn lots. I learn lots and lots. So I'm just going to go through Right, I'll show you this in a minute. This is what I was actually trying to use the metallic thread for. I'll show it you in a minute. So if you have a little look, we've got other bits to put in, other bits of background fabric to put in. But what you're making is 1, 2, and then 3. You can't see it. That's your 3 4s running down the center. You've got in the corners 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 3s. And then on the side pieces, that's where your 2 2s are. Okay, can you see that's that block there? 1, 2. That's my long piece, that 18.5 by 8. Okay, so that's the blocks you're going to put together today. Told you this was quick, okay? But I need to give you a chance to all catch up and get done what you need to get done. All right. So, any questions about that bit? This is a very, very simple bit by this point. Once you've made all of these, this was the hard bit, really. And it wasn't that hard, was it? But this was the time-consuming bit then. Let's say that, okay? It's getting all of these done. Once you start putting these together, once you've got these together, this bit is actually very, very quick to do, okay? Basically, this side is always going to be the same, and you're just changing this side depending on which blocks you want. For the 2 blocks, is it 18 or 18.5? 18.5. So for the 2 block one, you're going to get rid of all of that. This is staying the same for every block, 2 quarters like that, and your center strip, and it will be 8.5 by 18.5. Okay, so 8.5 that way, 18.5 that way, because the block ends up, all of it is, they all end up at 18.5. Okay, so any questions about that bit there? Okay, like I said, this is quick tonight because this bit is super easy to do. super easy to do. And remember, there is a pattern on the website. Thank you, Claire. There's a pattern on the website. It's £1. Okay, so we've got 1 more week to go, which will be in a fortnight's time, which will, I'm going to show you how to put what sizes you need for your extra pieces to square it all up to get that lovely oval shape. And we're also going to talk about doing the candy cane stripe bit as well. Okay, and how to, the quick way to get that done too. So all nice and easy, hopefully. All made sense, hopefully. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to very quickly show you what my metallic thing was. So this was what I was doing. Okay, hang on. These are going on Sewing Street on Monday, and I'm just making them into cushions. Okay, it's a really beautiful panel. It's called Frostykins. You can get it all on your website. You can, Lynn. Yeah, you can get it on the website, the pattern. You can't get this at the moment. You won't be able to get this on our website. This is going on Sewing Street. But can you see? I don't know if you can see. Can you see I've used metallic thread? I don't know if the light's picking it up. But I wanted to, because I wanted to quilt it a little bit, and there's so many colours in it, I didn't want to have to keep changing my thread. So I don't know if you can see it. I don't know if the light's picking it up. But so I thought, I'll use silver, so it looks like the light glinting off the snow. You know, like you get that lovely sparkle on snow. Don't think you can see it on camera, but I don't, as I was saying to Gail earlier, I don't use metallic thread very much, and it just kept snapping. But I used the top stitch needle, and it worked like a dream. So yeah, this is a panel. This is going to be a fabric bundle. There's 4 panels, and then fabrics to go with it. I'm just making a quick little cushion, but you will be. I'll show you the other fabrics actually. While I've got you here, and it's you're having a little sneak peek because I don't normally do this, but these are the fabrics that go with it. So I'm going to use these like big pictorial ones on the back. I'm going to use a cushion, just make some cushions up with it. But they look like they're lit up. It's such a pretty fabric. And then this one, which is all these beautiful little houses. And then there's a really crazy sort of like night sky one, which Gail said earlier, or might have been Anne, looked like Van Gogh, like a starry night sort of feel to it. And then the pretty little snowflakes. And then there are 4 of these. They're good size squares actually, and each one's different. So I'm going to show you. So you've got a big snowman there, like that. But I just love how they look like they're really lit from within. They're really pretty. You've got sort of like a real cottage in the woods there with another little snowman. And then you've got a little snowman there as well with this beautiful sort of like sunset scene. They look 3D. They really do, don't they? They really look like you can walk down that path and have a little look around behind the trees and stuff. Like you're going to walk through the village. So they're beautiful. And I like this edge as well. Look at that lovely border edge you get, which I think what I'm going to do with that, I'm going to put a zip in the back of this cushion. And I'm going to do a hidden zip. Which I had to look up again, but I think I'm going to put that along the back of the zip bit. I'm going to use that for the look. Even the selfage is cute. It's all little rainbow snowmen. But I thought I don't want to waste that bit, so I think that bit's going to go on the back of the cushion as the flap to hide the zip. So but that's what I was using the metallic thread for earlier, and it just kept snapping. And Gail, very kindly, I interrupted her live, but very kindly explained why it was snapping, which was lush. And I've put a top stitch needle in, and it's a bloody game changer, frankly. It's worked like a dream. So, yeah, cool. Lynn, you don't like Christmas fabric, but you love them. They're gorgeous. They are stunning, aren't they? Really, really. These are going on Sew Street on Monday. I think we've only got about 25 of the bundles. So if you like them, apparently you can, I didn't know this, but all the products go live at 7 o'clock in the morning of the morning that whoever's on. So like when Gail's on Tuesday, 7 o'clock in the morning, the products go live. So you'll be able to buy them there and then. So yeah, if you do like it, you've got to get on quick because I haven't got many of those, but it's so pretty. I might have to keep those cushions. They might be mine. So, what is a top stitch needle? I've only got one saw. You've only got one saw. So, I've always used top stitch needles for top stitching. But Gail was explaining, which I didn't know, that a top stitch needle. She said it's got an oval eye. So as you're using metallic thread and if you're top stitching through thickness, it doesn't, so the eyes on a normal needle are sort of more like not teardrop shape, sort of like oval, but to a point. So the thread can run quite smoothly through it, but it also means that it can catch more. But a top stitch needle has, luckily I had some here. We use the Schmetz ones in the shop. They've got an oval eye, so the thread, if it's a bit rough, because metallic has got sort of a roughness to it, it doesn't catch on the eye of the needle. So yeah, it's absolute game changer. Because I tend to use a microtex needle for everything because it does the job, but it wasn't doing the job on the metallic, which was brilliant. So yeah, it was like, Gail, you had a sneaky peek for the lovely fabric you have coming in soon. So we had a rep in today while Gail was in the shop doing some printing hours today, and we had a rep in. So yeah, we had some really, really incredible new fabrics come in. We've had a sneaky peek of the new Juicy Juice or Gucci Goose. I can't remember how he pronounces his name. Oh, it's so good. So good. So we might have ordered some of that. These are all, and we ordered some Christmas from for next year. We were ordering the last sort of couple of weeks. We've had reps in, and we've just ordered Christmas for next December, not this December. So, is the panel to your right made up of clamshell die cuts? That one over there? No, that was a online class that we did, which I did with Adam actually. It's just normal clamshells. You could use a die cut though if you've got die cuts for it. It was done with, I just did it paper piecing, with a clamshell template. We stuck them down and then stitched them all on, and then we made them into different animals. Lynn, I now know why your thread was snapping last week. Get some top stitch needles. See, we learn things from each other all the time, which is what I love about things like Secret Sewing Club and working so closely and having Gail as a friend and everything. There's things that I know that she doesn't know, and there's a lot of stuff that she knows that I don't know because we do such different things. I don't use a lot of metallic or felt or glitter and stuff or fleece. So Gail's got all the tips for that. So yeah, I'm very thankful that I could just go, what do I use? And she let me know. But yeah, that was a class that we did lovely. I will put the pattern up actually, because somebody else asked about it a couple of weeks ago. I'll put the pattern on the website, and it'll give you all the hang on, I'll get it. 2 seconds. Here we go. It's a lot easier to talk about it. Oh, it's still stuck up there. There we go. Come out. So the pattern has not only all a clamshell template, which is the size to be used with a charm pack. It's also got all the little templates to make all the little different animals. This one's got all the different animals in it, but you can choose. You might just want to do them all as little dogs. There's a little owl. There's a little cat, but he could be a fox, I suppose. There's a little chicken. You've got that one, which is your little panda, and then you've got the little eyes for your frog. Okay, but I'll put the pattern on the website for this. I think it's just called Clamshell Animals, but it makes with one charm pack and a little bit of background fabric, and then just little tiny bits of coordinating fabrics. You can make all the little different animals if you want to, and I just have them peeking out. So cool. There wasn't anything about the quilts long at all. I've shown you lots of other stuff instead. But anyway, any questions at all about what you're doing for the next stage of that? If there's not, then I'm going to go, because there's nothing else to tell you about it tonight. It's relatively easy. You've done most of the hard work. Okay, so crack on with that, and then in a fortnight's time we're going to put the whole thing. I'm going to show you how to put the whole thing together, because you do need to put some little spacing panels in to get the oval, and then we'll go through the candy cane edging, and we'll talk about how I would. I'm going to get this quilted. That's my right. I'm declaring it now. Before I see you in a fortnight's time for that, I'll have quilted it. Okay. Otherwise, I'll never quilt it. It'll just stay basted forever because I'm rubbish. But if I say that I'm going to have it quilted, then I will have it quilted by a fortnight's time. So, oh, you're very welcome, guys. Hopefully, you're all cracking on with it and getting on with it, which is great. Any questions about previous weeks, just drop us a message. That's all good. Yeah, very quick demo tonight. Sorry, guys. I know I normally waffle on for ages, but it was a quickie one tonight. There wasn't much to tell you. It was just about what the sizes you were needed to put in. I'm going to go and sort the kids out, and well, the dog's eating her dinner now, so she's obviously calmed down a bit. But yeah, going to go sort some dinner out. Sarah will be back tomorrow, not on Secret Sewing Club, but on the White Gecko pages on the YouTube channel. She will be back tomorrow at 1 o'clock, and she is making Christmas drawstring bags. And then I've got Sewing Street on Monday, and we'll be back then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday as normal. The last session for this will be a fortnight today, okay? And that will obviously be on Secret Sewing Club as well as the other ones as well. I will try and look after my chest. I am using my inhaler lots. I've got an appointment with the doctor next week to sort out a new EpiPen and stuff, because the one I had was 7 years out of date. Luckily, touch wood, I've not had to use it. I've not had to use it in all that time. So I've not had a reaction bad enough that I needed to use it until this week. And then we couldn't use it because it was very, very, very out of date. 7 years out of date. So I need to, and now the doctors won't just give me another one. I have to go and see them to get another one. So never mind. So apparently I'm allergic to peppercorn sauce now. Of all the things, something I've eaten 1,000 times, and it was just my body went, nope, not this time, missus. So yeah, just add it to the list of things that I can no longer eat or drink. One of these days, I'll actually find something that I can eat and it'll be absolutely fine. Cool. Yes. Thanks everyone for joining me tonight. I will see you. Well, I won't see you, but hopefully you'll join me Monday for Sewing Street. we got a massive, massive deal on there, plus some lovely, lovely bits like the snowmen. So please join in, and then watch Gail on Sewing Street on Tuesday, because I've seen some of the yummy things she's got on, and I'm very, very excited about one of them. She actually gave me one of the kits to do for Jonah Benjamin. So I'm going to take that to retreat. And if I get a chance, that's what the little bit of sewing I'm going to do for me is that. So, so yeah, thanks, my darlings. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you real soon. Have a nice evening. Hopefully the doggies don't get too worried about the fireworks. Take care. Bye.